Yo, yo, what up, guys? It's your boy T Devils Blazing the Sports Guy. Yes, of course, I am back at it like a crack addict, giving you boxing geekers that work. Guys, we got to talk about, we got a good one. We got a good one for this lunchtime snack pack. Let's get it. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, sharing this Karen. I am back at it like a crack addict, grinding for that 10K. Come on in, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. Let's go in and get ready to cook. The topic of the day, the one that is debated. Who is the face of boxing? Has it changed? Is it still the same? Now that's the question. That's what people are going to debate. Now, in the chat, what's up, champ? Money says Mayweather is still the face of boxing. To be the face of boxing nowadays, you must be a prize fighter. Well, I would say Gervonta Davis and Canelo Alvarez are prize fighters. But I don't think Floyd is the face of boxing right now. I think he had his time. I think he has just a little bit of light, a dim light for doing his exhibition bouts he's doing. But I don't think he's the face. I don't think he's the face of boxing. I think Canelo took over. And Canelo had it and running with it. The reason I say Canelo had it is because every promoter or big time manager, Al Heyman, they was looking to pay crazy amount of money to get a single fight, 2-fight, 3-fight deal. It worked so well in Canelo's benefit that he was able to hop networks like, what's that old thing they used to do? We used to jump in a box. What is it? And hopscotch? I don't know, something like that, right? You jump in and out the box. He jumped from network to network to network to pull off a remarkable, undisputed run, to be undisputed, and probably, world-breaking time. The only way you can do it faster, I believe, is if somebody else has all the titles, you get one title shot at all of them, then of course, yes, you can get it in one shot. But to collect all those belts like Thanos did, the Infinity Stones, I mean, he did it really fast. But guys, listen. Every king has his time. Every king has his moment. Some moments are bigger than others. Every king has his shine. Some outshine the others. But eventually, that shine will go away. A new king will come. Let's look at Lion, right? The young lion grows up, takes over a pride. He is now the king of the lions in that pride. He's the king for some years. And what happened when that king get old? He's not quite as young as he used to, not quite as swift as he used to, and a new, younger king, lion, comes along, takes over their pride, and we get a new king. So when I look at Canelo Alvarez and Gervonta Davis, on the surface, right? Don't come after me. But on the surface, it appears that Gervonta Davis is that young king. Now, will he take it fully? I don't know. But is Gervonta Davis in a hella fine position to take that spot? Oh, you better believe it. Did the Ryan Garcia fight help out a lot? Oh, you better believe it. And I'm going to tell you who else helped Gervonta Davis without even knowing they helped Gervonta Davis to put him in that even contentions of taking Canelo's spot. You want me to tell you who? Some you ain't gonna believe me. Some of you will, some of you won't. But I'm gonna tell you who helped Gervonta Davis the most. You ready for it? You ready? Canelo Alvarez. How? Well, let me explain. See, Canelo Alvarez after Floyd Mayweather, I think it was clear, crystal clear, Windex, Visine, wax on, wax off, clear that Canelo was the man, right? And after the Floyd Mayweather fight, a lot of people said that Canelo's skills got better. But I'm going to tell you what happened. Canelo started to, in my opinion, cherry picking fights that was going to damn near guarantee him the victory. Fights where he was not going to be pushed to the brink, where he didn't have to elevate his skills. When you talk about fighting people like Rocky Fielding, Liam and Callum Smith, Yildirim, Billy Joe Saunders, John Ryder, I'd even throw Danny Jacobs at that time in there. Those were all fights where Canelo, to be honest, he started just coming forward. And as you know, from the last fight, John Ryder, he didn't have the head movement like he used to. He didn't have the upper body movement like he used to. He got hit a lot by a guy that, in all honesty, I don't know, should have hit him like that. Because Canelo didn't have to up his game. He fought people for the most part, even if it led to undisputed. He fought people in such an order that he started believing that all he needs to do is walk to people, have his hands up, and throw these looping shots and get them out of there. That's one of the main reasons he lost to Bivol. Because he had just walked through Billy Joe Saunders, walked through Yildirim, beat the snot out of Caleb Smith arm, and he approached Bivol with the same plan. And another thing that's hurting Canelo is I have not seen a plan B. I'm not talking about the one you give your girl. I'm sorry, not your girl. That one night stand, a plan B. You know, the one you don't want to tell nobody about. He doesn't seem to have a plan B. He doesn't really make in the ring adjustment. He just do what he do until he has success. And I think that's hurt Canelo. He's going out there fighting these Rocky Fieldings, Liam Smith, Callum Smith, Yildirim, Billy Joe Saunders, John Ryder, fighting these guys in one stationary form. He's using a cookie cutter form to fight these guys, and he's done it so long that I think it actually hurt the development of Canelo. And now he's not developing no more. He's going backwards. He's losing things. Now, Joshua Tuck, what up, champ? What's going on with it? And you know, bro, I had to take a quick minute to get this work. You know how it is. I wanted to do a YouTube short. They definitely get way more views. But I'm like, you know what? I got to get the people this work. Voice not fully back yet. But we back. We working. So when I look at Gervonta Davis and I look at Canelo Alvarez, Canelo is like that old lion. Does he still have fight in him? Yes. But I think people, even some of his own fans, I think they are tired of seeing him fighting these guys that he are as expected to be. They're paying of watching this to see him fight these guys that he is expected to be. And he's not fighting the guys that you want to see. Now, I'm going to tell you a near perfect move for Canelo Alvarez. Near perfect. Outside of doing a rematch with Bivol, I think he lost that fight. That is a good rematch. I'm not knocking that. That's a good rematch. After that, if he doesn't fight Bivol next, a near perfect fight for him to do is fight Jamal Charlo. Is it the hardest fight right now? Nope. Jamal Charlo has been absent for 2+ years. I don't know when he's coming back. I heard he's dealing with some things that could be causing him some mental issues right now. Or maybe even depression. I don't know. people used to be clamoring for that fight. Nobody's asking for it. Matter of fact, they're asking like, bro, you ain't fought in 2 years. You had Jaime Munguia at one point was looking to fight Jamal Charlo, but he didn't fight him when he was fighting. But is that the fight that people want to see Canelo fight right now? Nope. Joshua Tuck Davis is the face of boxing. Does Canelo take drug tests? If I had to guess, I would say yes, because he got busted for the clenbuterol, and then after he got busted for clenbuterol, the WBC changed their rules, and I think they said, I'm not sure, but for Mexican fighters that eat meat in Mexico that could have clenbuterol in it, I believe he raised the level where Mexican fighters can have a certain amount of clenbuterol in the system. But I could be wrong. I just remember something like that. But right now, the face of boxing is, listen, if Gervonta Davis, right, he just fought Ryan Garcia, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4 million pay-per-view buys. Great. I really think he needs to capitalize off of that. I think the best fight for Gervonta Davis right now is to fight the winner between Lomachenko and Devin Haney. If he fights that winner, and in order to go up for pay-per-views or meet it, you had to exceed that fight in some kind of way. And the only way you can exceed that fight is fight for undisputed. Because even though they say you might be the face of boxing, you're not the king of your division. You're not the king of your division if somebody has all the belts. And you're fighting everybody but the person that has all the belts. And if Gervonta Davis fight the winner between Lomachenko and Devin Haney next, oh my gosh. Woo! And if he wins, oh, listen, ain't no doubt. Face of boxing for sure. Like, that would be him clearly at the top. Because right now, especially, let's say this. Let's say Gervonta Davis fight the winner between Lomachenko and Devin Haney, right? And that's scheduled. And then Canelo comes out and he fights another Liam Smith or Callum Smith. Again, he fights another. Man, I'm telling you, you can't be the face of boxing. And I'm not trying to knock Canelo because Canelo he had a lot of fights. I don't know for sure, maybe 60-some fights. I have no idea. I know it's up there. And I know he has fought some tough people. But a lot of his people, man, especially of late, imagine this, guys. His dream at one point was to be undisputed at 160 pounds. He was one belt away from being undisputed at 160 pounds. The guy that had that one belt that he didn't have was Demetrius Andrade. And he didn't fight him. He dropped all of those belts, moved up to 168, and then that's when he went on with the Rocky Fieldings, the Billy Joe Saunders, the Caleb Smiths, the Yildirims. I'm telling you right now, man, the reason that Gervonta Davis is emerging into that face of boxing, he's younger, coming off an amazing performance against a black versus brown, which a lot of times sells, and he looked good in it, right? And Gervonta Davis has always been a guy that, he's cracking. 29 wins, 27 stoppages. The dude cracking, right? Especially fighting Ryan Garcia, and credit to Ryan Garcia for wanting to make that fight, fighting a guy young in his prime. Now, if Canelo Alvarez, if he was to fight them guys like Demetrius Andrade, Jamal Charlo, especially, I think almost everybody want to see him fight Dave Benavidez, rematch Bivol. If he do those things, listen, man, Canelo will, he can slow down a young man from taking that spot. But what we seen from Saturday night against John Ryder, man, that wasn't it. Where was the head movement? Where was the upper body slickness? He never had fast feet, but that mean he had really good upper body and head movement. What happened to it? Josh Tuck says, from my understanding, Canelo, okay, don't want to see Jamal versus Canelo. Jamal liked to fight people smaller than him. He wanted to fight Bivol at a lower weight to have an advantage. Don't like Jamal. The reason I say Jamal fight for Canelo would be a good move for Canelo, because one time people, even PBC, hey, let's do a 2-fight deal. Fight Jamal Charlo, fight Benavidez. It was a fight that people wanted to see. Even before David Benavidez was ever in the picture, Jamal Charlo was the people that they wanted to see him fight, even over a third fight with Triple G. But it's like I said, the reason I say for them that that's a good fight for Canelo is because they would be catching Jamal Charlo at a vulnerable time. I think Jamal Charlo right now mentally could be vulnerable. He hasn't been in the ring for 2 years. Definitely some vulnerability there. A lot of ring rust there, and you're gonna dust off your ring. Even a Canelo that did not have the best of time against a John Ryder, I think he would do really goddamn well against Jamal Charlo, who just coming back after 2 years. Jamal Charlo, he is crazy as it sounds. He might do better than his brother against Canelo right now. Jamal Charlo came out talking about tell Eddie Hearn to set it up, undisputed versus undisputed. I don't think it's going to happen. I mean, it's hype. I don't think it's going to happen. And honestly, I'm not even 100% sure, if Jamal Charlo was just joking or was he serious. And I'm not knocking him. I think Jamal Charlo got some skills. Definitely got power for his weight class. I'm just not sure how that would. We've seen fighters move up. Even me watching Demetrius Andrade, his power from 160 to moving up to 168, it's not the same. Maybe it could be an opponent, but it's not the same. Sometimes you gotta be, acclimate to the weight to let your power, adjust to where it should be. So Jamal Charlo operating at 154, jump all the way up 14 pounds to 168. I'm telling you, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. If that fight happened next, some people might hate me, but I'm picking Canelo. Listen, man, you just can't jump like that, bro. But I get it, man. It's a good money fight, big money fight, sellable fight, undisputed versus undisputed. I get it. But I don't think so. I don't think so. Ryder is probably a good boxer. A good boxer can make you look average. Nah, you know what? He kept catching Canelo with the similar shot, bro. Like Canelo didn't make no adjustment. I'm telling you right now, Canelo, because he fought all of those guys that most people on paper thought Canelo was going to win. And in the ring, it was clear from the beginning Canelo was going to win. Canelo's skills stopped getting better. And as he was so effective coming forward and just throwing big shots, he started losing some of his sharpness in other areas. He started losing some of his sharpness in his head movement, upper body movement, because it didn't really exist against John Ryder. Matter of fact, I didn't even see a steady jab from Canelo. Canelo was, and a lot of times he was one shot, boom, 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 right hook, left hook, uppercut. I'm telling you, man, and he made no adjustments from round 1 to round 12. He made no adjustments. He was fighting in Mexico with nothing but Mexicans, for the most part, in the audience. And they started booing. They started booing, bro. They started booing. I mean, they paid to see a massacre. He got a fighter. Think about it. Canelo has just been running through UK fighters. I mean, just running through them like hot butter, right? Breaking their arms, knocking them out, just running through them. And he fights John Ryder. To be honest, like I said, John Ryder he kept landing these little uppercuts on Canelo. Canelo had really no answer. He made no adjustments. So, who is the face of boxing? That's the question. Who's the face? Who's the face? Is it Gervonta? You know what? I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. Even if you are a person that thinks Canelo Alvarez, even if you think he's still the face, you must admit that Gervonta Davis is on his goddamn heels. And every fight for Canelo goes next is going to determine how fast Gervonta Davis is going to catch him or how slow. But right now, Ripley's believe it or not, Gervonta Davis is on a pace to be the face if he's not already. That Ryan Garcia 1.3 millions and how kind he talk about Ryan afterwards, that's good. But I'm gonna say this: if Gervonta Davis, if he starts doing what some of these YouTubers telling him to do, well, when Canelo did it, I want him to do like Canelo do. I don't want him to fight Devin Haney. I don't want him to fight these guys. I want him to fight another bombs now. If he do that, nope. If he start doing that, people gonna catch on to it. They're gonna fall off of Gervonta Davis maybe a little faster than they falling off Canelo because we already seen Canelo do it. Canelo is losing steam, guys. He's not selling like he used to. I believe he did 200,000 somewhere in that neighborhood for John Ryder. 200,000 pay-per-view buys. Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia did 1.3, 1.4. People just not buying it like that. And you tell her, even if he did a rematch against Bivol, I don't think it's going to be that much different. It'd probably be a little bit more than John Ryder. But I'm going to tell you, if Canelo wants to be the face, one fight he can take next that would make him the face clear, and it will almost son Gervonta Davis that Gervonta will have to wait a little bit longer for his time. If Canelo fights and defeat David Benavidez next, oh wait, ow, he would be the face. That fight would do 1.3, 1.4, probably 1.5 million, probably 1.5 million, and that'll get so many Mexican people buying that thing. And the one thing that Canelo don't like, in my opinion, Canelo said he don't want to fight another Mexican. I personally believe he don't want to fight another Mexican because he hates the crowd being split. He hates them cheering for another Mexican over him. He wants all the cheers from Mexican fans to be for him. And if he fights David Benavidez, a crazy thing is Benavidez could get equal amount of fans for him. And many people believe David Benavidez can beat him, especially off of that performance he had against John Ryder. But if Canelo, even if he don't rematch Bivol, let's say it don't work out, and he fights David Benavidez next, oh my gosh, and he looks good. Oh my gosh. I am number one. 2 is not a winner. 3, nobody remembers. Hey. Tell him right now, man. That will put him back in that king spot. That will because right now Gervonta Davis on his goddamn heels. Gervonta Davis is right there with him. A matter of fact, at this moment, Gervonta Davis' light is brighter. His light is brighter. Now, every people can have good moments and good fights where they get bright and dim, but it is about what you can do consistently. And right now, Gervonta Davis' light is brighter. He has consistently for a while been doing pay-per-view. But the real question is for you, your opinion, your thoughts. Who is the face of boxing? Is it Canelo? Is it Gervonta? Comment below. Let me know. Oh, my boy Bleacher Bum Gaming says, well, he needs to suck those feelings up and fight whoever. Duran, Chavez, don't worry about being cherry. They worried about winning. Hey, shout out to my boy Bleacher Bum Gaming. like I said, man, when Canelo came out and said that he's not gonna fight another Mexican, this is my personal opinion because when he fought, even when he fought like Chavez Jr., because he had a lot of fans, Mexican fans that was going against him, maybe even booed him, or it was split or more going for the other Mexican fighter. And I feel that it could be potentially a little bit of insecureness for Canelo because Canelo doesn't look like a traditional Mexican. He looks like an Irish person, even though being a Mexican means you're just born in Mexico, right? But he doesn't look like what the standard people consider as a Mexican. And if he fights somebody like Dave Benavidez, who looks more like a traditional Mexican, he could get a lot of support, a lot of backing. And imagine if every race said, I'm not going to fight my own race. Imagine that. You wouldn't have no Ali versus no George Foreman. You would, I mean, you would, man, you wouldn't have no Kid Norton. You wouldn't have no Mike Tyson versus Holyfield. You wouldn't have no, but you wouldn't have a lot. You wouldn't have Floyd Mayweather fighting Sugar Shane Mosley. You wouldn't have Hitman Hearns versus what's his name? Is it Sugar Ray Leonard? Imagine if people did that. Imagine. You wouldn't have all these wars. You know what I'm saying? Like, my thing is, man, you don't know. No, you fight everybody. I'm telling you, I think he done this for a purpose. I think it's a little bit of insecurity, and you can knock me, but that's what I believe. He doesn't look like a traditional Mexican. He looks like an Irish person, but he is a Mexican because he's born in Mexico. Exactly. We would have lost a ton of great fights, man. But when it comes to who is the face, and remember, guys, a lot of times there is somebody, when you think about a sport, even though there's a lot of players that has name and face recognition, a lot of times there is one person that really sticks out. Like in basketball, it was Jordan. In boxing, at one time, it was Ali, and it was Floyd Mayweather. And in tennis, it might have been like, Serena or Venus. There's people that actually stick out. Who else? Baseball, you know what I'm saying? Could be Mark McGwire when he was doing this thing, you know what I'm saying? Sammy Sosa. I'm just throwing some people out there. There's a lot of times there is somebody that sticks out a little bit more. And even though both of these guys are kings in their own right, we're not saying if they're kings or not. They are. There's kings in the sports. Tyson Fury is a king right now. Usyk is a king. Gervonta Davis. Canelo Alvarez. There's kings. But then there's people that really stick out. There's people that don't when you say the face, it's when casuals. See, it's not boxing fans. See, I'm a boxing fan, so I watch most of these fights. But when you have casuals, when a casual say, "Hey, you watching the fight this weekend?" When they say the fight this weekend, and not the actual name of the fighters, that's how you know that person is somebody. Hey, you watching the fight? Oh, with Floyd Mayweather? Yep, you know it. Hey, you watching the fight? Oh, the Canelo Alvarez? Yep, you know it. Oh, you watching the fight? Oh, Gervonta Davis versus Ryan Garcia? Yep, you know it. Just like with UFC, right? Anderson Silva, he was a face. John Jones, he was a face. Tank the man now. He said that his actual name is I lost it. Canelo O'Grady Low-Key. Don't say that would make Jake Paul the face of boxing with some casuals. Well, I think Jake Paul is the face of boxing for YouTube or social media. He is. Is he the face of boxing for what we see as hardcore boxing? No. Is he the face for like celebrity boxing? He is. For celebrity boxing, he is. when you watch Jake Paul, you're not watching it because it's going to be a title defense. You're not watching it because it's two number ones going at it. It's not. You're watching him normally fight some UFC guy. So you might hate to say it, but in all honesty, Jake Paul found a lane in boxing, and for what he does, he is a face in boxing for celebrities. For people who are not traditional boxers who came up in boxing, he is the face for those people. Like Salt Poppy, all these guys that come from TikTok, YouTube, or anything else outside of boxing, he is the face for those people right now. So, I mean, but when you think about boxing in general, real serious boxing, competitive boxing, being number one on the pound for pound list, then you don't look at no Jake Paul. You look at Gervonta Davis, Canelo Alvarez. To me, those two right now, the face. The face is what people recognize. When you say their name, casuals have heard of them. Terrence Crawford, pound for pound fighter, he's not the face. Um, Even my boy Errol Spence Jr. I think Earl was on a good pace. He was on a good pace. He slowed down. I'm not sure. Oh, maybe because of his things going on. Earl was on a good pace to become the face. Earl was on a good pace. He's still like up there, but I don't think his star is brighter than Gervonta and Canelo with casuals. But all right, guys, let me say my voice a little bit. I am losing it. I really appreciate you guys coming. Thank you guys all. Hope you guys smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, tell your boxing buddies we're on that grind to 10K. Please hit that sub, hit that notification bell. Join us whenever we are live. If I'm not live and you catch this, leave some in the comment section. Thank you all. Much appreciation. I'm gonna read a couple more from my boy Bleacher Bum Gaming. Says and I agree on Paul. I don't like what he has done for the sport with more eyeballs, and I do respect that he looks out for other fighters and works at the crowd celebrity outside. He is. He does work at it. Take care, guys. Appreciate it.